Hey, welcome to Vance Tried It. Today I'm going to be making some chocolate peanut butter treats. Think of Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, but homemade and maybe even a little bit better than what you buy at the store. So we're going to start off with some graham cracker crumbles. And we're going to make our own here. So these are some graham crackers. And we're going to need about 3/4 of a cup. And I think maybe that's going to be about 6 of these bad boys. So what we're going to do is we're going to put them in a big Ziploc bag here. See, they're already starting to do part of the job for me. There's 2. 3, 4, and 5, and whew, these did not hold up well, but that's all right, because I don't need them to hold up well, because I'm just going to be making crumbs out of them anyway. So I'm just going to use my hand a little bit here, and you can put these in a food processor if you want to. You can use a rolling pin. What I'm going to use is a meat tenderizer. I'm going to put it on the counter, but make sure if you're using something that you're going to pound it with, first off, you don't have to pound it really hard. These are pretty crumbly already. Second off, make sure you put something down on the counter. You don't want to be denting your counter. Make sure like a cutting board that has some thickness to it, so that when you're pounding on these, that they are in fact going to, let me put this over here, that they are going to not make a dent in the countertop. That would be a pretty expensive batch of candy if it included you having to replace your counter. So, just going to pick it up, shake it around a little bit. You'll start to see some of the bigger pieces are. You want it pretty fine. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you don't want any super big chunks of graham cracker in here. And hey, you know what? If you had a bad day, somebody was mean to you, maybe you work customer service, and so there's always somebody being upset with you, or being upset with somebody else and taking it out on you. Man, this is a good way to get your frustration out. Just make sure you don't take so much frustration out that you put holes in your bag. That kind of defeats the purpose. So, I have this crumbled up here. Ooh, I keep catching my pant pocket on this drawer here, and we're going to see, should be, we're hoping for about 3/4 of a cup. Let's see how close we came to guessing how many of these graham crackers would make 3/4 of a cup. So let's see what we have here. I'm going to have to put my glasses on to see that. Ooh, that's what happens when you start getting old. You start needing glasses. Okay, we're actually at a full cup. So this line right here would be 3/4 of a cup. So that's easy enough. We're just going to pour some back in there. Oh, a little bit too much. Just play a little give and take here, I reckon, until we think we have what we need here. And there we go. That's right at 3/4 of a cup. And we even have some extra here that, oh, we'll find something to do one way or another. Now, we should have some butter in here that is melted. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to take this bowl right here. We're going to put our graham cracker crumbs in there, and we're going to put our butter in there. Let's get all that butter out of there we can, because, ooh, we like butter. So we don't want to waste the butter in here. We're just going to get all that out of there. Push that off to the back, and we're just going to combine this up a little bit. But we're not done yet. Because now what we're going to do is we're going to take 2 cups of powdered confectioner's sugar. We're going to just dump that right on in there. And we're going to take 1/2 of a cup of peanut butter. Now you can use whatever peanut butter you like. You like Jif, you like Peter Pan, you like Great Value. It doesn't matter what peanut butter you use. You like creamy, you like crunchy, you like extra crunchy. Hey, you just put whatever you like in here. I would say this: if you are somebody who keeps peanut butter in the refrigerator, there's nothing wrong with that, but for this purpose, you really don't want cold peanut butter in here. So if that's you and you've been keeping some peanut butter in the refrigerator, go ahead and either open up a brand new one that you haven't put in the refrigerator yet, or let me just take these glasses off, don't need those anymore because I'm not reading. Or you can go ahead and just set your peanut butter out and let it warm up a little bit. And all we're trying to do here is we're just trying to get this one consistency. So go ahead and make sure you dig down deep into the bottom here and get all that powdered sugar mixed in with the peanut butter and the graham cracker crust. Oh, it is looking good. And so we're just going to combine this all together. I can't see any more lumps of powdered sugar in there. So I think we are pretty much where we want to be. Now what we've taken is an 8x8 pan. I've put some butter in it so this stuff doesn't stick to it. And now I'm just going to put this little concoction that we just made up right in the pan. And we're just going to spread it out nice and easy. Just get it even along the sides, in the middle. Just like I said, doesn't have to be perfect. Just get it close to where it kind of all looks like it's all on the same level. You want to think more like Kansas instead of the rolling foothills of the Dakotas or something like that. So just kind of get it nice and you don't have to push it down super hard. Just put it down in there, get it even, and you're probably good to go. So that's the first step. In fact, we don't want to miss any of this goodness here, so we're just going to make sure we clean off our spatula so we get all the goodness right here in our little treat. And now, what we're going to do, I told you I keep catching my pocket here on this drawer. That's why I don't normally film in shorts, but I came home today and mowed the yard and then switched into some shorts. So what I have here is a cup of chocolate chips. Now I have mostly semi-sweet chocolate chips, but I ran out of the bag of semi-sweet, and so I had an open bag of milk chocolate chips, and so I just added those in there to make it an even cup. We're going to put this in here. We're going to melt this right here in the microwave. Now, the thing about melting chocolate in the microwave is you have to be patient. I mean, just think of all the yummy flavors as it's cooking. But you can't just put it in there and think, oh, this will take 2 minutes. I'm going to set it for 2 minutes. No. You need to put it in there for 30 seconds. And then when that 30 seconds is up, which it almost is, I'm going to get a brand new spatula here. My favorite burnt spatula. Take it out. Stir it up. It hadn't started to melt yet. That's all right. Just give it a good stir. And then, guess what you're going to do? Yeah, you guessed it. You're going to put it back in the microwave for another 30 seconds. And you're just going to keep doing that until it's nice and melted. So I'll get back to you when I have got this all nice and melted and we're ready to put it onto our dessert. So I'll see you here in just a couple minutes. Okay, so our chocolate is nice and melted. That took us right at 3 minutes, 30 seconds at a time, like I said. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to take, and this is actually pretty hot, I'm going to grab my oven glove over here just so I can get a good grip on this and not get uncomfortable. I don't think it would have actually caused any harm, but it would have gotten uncomfortable. We're just going to pour this melted chocolate right in on top of our peanut butter mixture. Try to get as much of this chocolate out of here as you can. There we go. See if we can get some of this excess chocolate off of here. And then we're just going to spread this chocolatey goodness right over our dessert, just like this. And once again, we're just trying to get it nice and evenly spread it out. Spread out over here. Get it right up to the edge. Just try to keep a level playing field, if you will. Okay, now, let's still some more chocolate in here. Let's get all the chocolate on here we can, because we like the chocolate. There we go. Okay, so now what I'm going to do over just half of this, because I'm going to be taking this to a little board game meetup that we do once a month. And so I decided, hey, I'm going to treat the people to a little dessert treat. And so I'm going to put some sea salt over half of this, because I'm not sure how many people are going to like it with the sea salt. I love a good sea salt on my candy. And if you're wondering, it does make a difference if it's sea salt or kosher salt or table salt or Himalayan salt. All those salts have just a little bit of a different flavor profile. And so you don't need a whole lot of salt on there. And you might want to remember which side to put the salt on. So, because you can't really see it. So you could use a more coarse salt. I had a really hard time finding a very coarse sea salt. All of the coarse sea salt was in a grinder. I couldn't find any just in a package. This is really the coarsest I could find, which isn't super coarse. It's not much bigger than regular table salt. So that's what I got. I could have used some kosher salt. I could have used some Himalayan salt. I found all that in a more coarse variety, but like I said, they all have a little bit of a different flavor profile, and the sea salt tends to be a little bit milder in its saltiness, and so that's why I decided to go ahead and use this. And like I said, it's going to be really hard, I think, to see which part has the salt on it and which doesn't, so we'll see if I can keep track of that. But I'm going to go ahead and put this in the refrigerator for 30 minutes, and then we'll get back to the next step of making this nice, super simple peanut butter chocolatey treat. Okay, it's been 30 minutes, and what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and cut this up, and we're going to put it back in the refrigerator for another 30 minutes, and then after that 30 minutes, it's all going to be set up, and we will take it out, and then we'll give it a try. So what I did is I ran my knife under some hot water. So whenever you're trying to cut something up that's cold like this, if you can run your knife under some hot water, you're going to find that you'll get a lot better cut on this. And so I want to make these fairly small because I'm making them for like several people to be able to eat. And so just want to make sure that they are so the first thing I'm noticing here is that probably 30 minutes wasn't long enough. It probably should have been set up even a little bit more before I cut it, because this chocolate is still pretty melted. But we cut it, and then we're just going to go from there. And we'll probably have to recut those lines when we let this set up. So we're going to go ahead and let this set up for another half hour, maybe 45 minutes even, before we come back and let it get all nice and set up and ready to go. So I'll see you when it is completely cooled off and ready to try. Okay, so it's actually been a couple hours, and it is nice and set up now. So let's see if we can get a piece of this out of here and give it a taste. I'm going to try one of these pieces with the sea salt. And so let's see what it tastes like. I mean, it's peanut buttery, it's sweet, it's got that chocolate on there. I can't really taste a lot of the sea salt, so I don't know that there's going to be a big difference actually between the pieces with the sea salt and the pieces without. But hey, this is really good, and it's super simple. It did take longer to cool off in the refrigerator than I thought it was going to, but now that it's nice and cool off, man, this is just a great little easy, simple, peanut buttery, chocolatey treat. Hey, I tried it. You should too.